Okay, hello. Well, Eric and Linda and your friend, I'll have to get the name there. But this is the first video. I wanted to get started, put this up on a website. I'm going to send you a link to it. And then we'll put our notes up there. We'll put some video instruction and other things. But I thought, excuse me, cold weather. I thought I would start by reviewing for Eric and Linda the guitar parts very quickly and the strings, how I identify the exercises that I'll do, the fingering. So for this first lesson, we're going to do a little bit of warm up, and what I'm going to do is put my guitar down, and Linda and Eric probably know this one, is that you stick your hands out like this, and you'll go ahead and stretch your hand. Don't overdo it. It actually feels great. And then you do this kind of split with your fingers. See that? So I'm kind of opening up the webs is basically what you're doing. Give it a little shake. If it's cold where you're at, sometimes you can warm your hands up. It's a little cold in my music room right now. And we're going to have to figure out how to get my internet link down here, which I'll be working on this week. Anyway, back to the guitar. So the guitar is a great instrument. I've loved the guitar since I was 12 years old. I've had some good years learning, plateaus where I've kind of leveled off, and you'll do the same thing. It's important that the first thing that we do is we get the hand and eye coordination going, or the left hand and the right hand coordination. But also when I'm calling out these things up here on the guitar, what are they? So starting at the tuning nuts, this is where you would tune the guitar. You can see what I have up here is a little tuner. Now this is a little chord tuner, and you should they're really inexpensive, about $15, $20 for really nice ones. But this one's a Korg. I think I got it at a place in Fremont. You clip it onto the top of your guitar, and of course there's tuning that has to be involved with this. So let's go ahead and start with the identification and how we'll do the exercises. We're going to start off by the strings. This is a 6-string acoustic guitar, and starting with the lightest string, that's called the number 1 string. So when we're doing our exercises, when I say go to the number 1 string, that'll be the first string on the very bottom of your guitar, looking from the top down, okay? Then the second string, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Okay, so the identification of these is actually from the top down. The thickest string to the lightest string is the way I memorize it. And it's E, A, D, G, B, E. And you can make up your own kind of rhyme, but it's mine has always been, since I've been very young, every average dog gets bones every day. Okay, and that's how you remember the strings. When we start out, we're only going to work with the exercises. So you do your stretching exercises. What I want you to do for this very first lesson is to do an exercise on what we call the 5th fret. You can see these dots. There's one at the 3rd, the 5th, the 7th, the 9th, and the 12th. That's pretty standard on all guitars. Sometimes you don't get the 3rd, you'll get the 5th. And then on the top of your guitar, you should see some dots. There should be a 3, 5, 7, 9, or maybe just a 5, 7, and 9, and 12. And then, of course, above there, it's even a 15, 17, and 19, but we won't even worry about that. We're going to work on an exercise. These little metal bars that you see, there's a little, this is a metal bar, metal bar, metal bar, and that changes the string length so that you get a different sound. So you get, see, here's on the 3rd fret, 6th string. Okay, so what the technique, now watch, what I want you to do is watch my hands and where they go. Very first lesson is to take this and identifying the frets. This is number 1 fret, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're only going to worry about the 5th fret. We're going to work in the 5th fret area right now. And interesting enough, that's where you can tune your guitar. If you don't have a tuner, if you just set that to some tone, and then by pressing the sixth string on the fifth fret, that's the same note as the fifth string. If you press on the fifth string on the fifth fret, you get the same as the fourth string open. And the same thing. Now when you come to the G string, it's a little bit different. You have to, there's a length difference, a tuning difference. You actually have to move your hand down to the fourth fret to tune the B string or the second string. All right, now I know that Eric and Linda have a tuner, and if not, you can get one on your phone, iPhone apps or Android. Tons of amps, tons of tuners on the internet. So, all right, very first lesson, here's your hand. This is first finger, second finger, third finger, and fourth finger, okay? And we're just going to use our thumb for now. More advanced, we'll learn about picking. But right now, we're just going to use our thumb. And later on, we'll use some picks, which I have right here. This is kind of a place where you can put, if you're actually in a band, this is a little pick holder, and so I can just pull one off of there, and that's a pick. And we'll do a little bit, but I think for right now, let's just use the thumb. The thumb's going to get sore. The other thing that's going to get really sore is your fingers. So what you want to do is give yourself about 15 minutes a day and go through this exercise. And here we go. So this is the first exercise, and then I'm going to go ahead and end the video because I'm going to go ahead and upload it up onto our website that I've built for us, and we'll start from there. So the first exercise, okay, we've already stretched. The first warm-up exercise is take your first finger on the fifth fret, the first string, that's the lightest string, that's the E string, okay? So first finger, fifth fret, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there should be a dot there, okay? And then you just put your first finger there. All right, that's the first thing we should try to do. If you get this sound, if you get that sound, then press a little bit harder. And sometimes if you move closer to the fret, the fifth fret, see? Okay, so you can work it. Yeah, I almost, sometimes when I'm playing some really complex chords, see, I actually have to ride almost on top of I almost have to ride right on top of the fret. So if you can't make the sound, if you get that, just try to get as close to that metal, the fifth fret, this little metal bar, and press down, okay? And then take your second finger, and that goes on the sixth fret, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the first string. So we would get this sound. Okay? So that's what I want you to practice. Now, okay, I'm going to do it a couple of times. Okay, you should be getting a nice clear sound, and it should be you shouldn't be getting any buzzing. It should be very clear. If you're getting that, press down a little bit. If you're having problems with strength, get yourself a tennis ball and just squeeze it. Okay, that's really helps to kind of flex it. But do your stretching exercises. Do this exercise. Now, once you've got that down, you think, okay, well, I'm pretty good with that, but now I'm getting bored. We'll go to the second string. So you would have, okay, and then third string, fourth string. Okay, so try that exercise. I'm going to go ahead and end the lesson. This is just a quick warm-up lesson and an introduction. I'm so glad. I think this is going to be really cool, and I would love doing this. It's kind of going to get me into a routine of practicing. I do a lot of practice in this music room. Behind me, you can see a lot of cool equipment that I've collected over the years. This is my sanctuary where I get to do all kinds of cool stuff and play. and do some singing without anybody laughing at me. So anyway, thanks a lot. Welcome aboard. I'm so excited about this, and we'll see you soon. Bye.